Hello world! Welcome! I am Timber, we're down in the dungeon. Today's quick little video, we'll be talking about this machete I bought. Oh, I dropped it. But anyway, I bought this thing a few years ago, and it was on sale at, I can't remember where, hardware store or something. And I bought it because I thought everyone needs a machete. Everyone needs a machete for in case machete time, you know. And at first I thought it was a great buy because it had a nice handle on it, it was nice and long. And since then my views have changed a little bit because it's not as long anymore, and we'll just get right into it. So, not even a day ago, maybe, well, no, it was yesterday, I think. Yesterday, today, whatever. It's kind of hard to talk about it when you're a night person and you're up all the time. But I was getting rid of all my knives. I was getting rid of all the knives I didn't use. I was de-hoarding, being an adult, you know how it is. And basically, all the knives that I didn't use had to go. So I went to my friends, I went to every family member, and I gave them all my knives. I gave my grandmother a knife I made myself because she loved it. She thought it was, you know, it was a piece of junk, but she thought it was beautiful because I made it myself. And I gave someone else in my family a knife I used to always carry it around. Its bolts were coming out. It was completely worthless. I told her not to use it, but she wanted to keep it because, you know, it reminded her of me. So basic family stuff. Then my friends who wanted like a hatchet because it was cool, or throwing knives or whatever. And I got rid of all the knives, and I was left only with the knives I wanted to keep. And one of them was a large machete, which I know that's not really a knife, but it was in the collection, in the box. And the reason I was keeping the big old machete was because, you know, in case of machete time, or whatever. And I sat down, and I was watching a gun review, and the guy came on, you know, he clearly knew what he was talking about. You could tell he knew what he was talking about because he had a dip in. That's just universal. But anyway, he's like, well, I already did my worst knife I've ever bought review, and now I'm going to do the worst gun I ever bought review. What? I was watching that, I immediately backed it up, and I'm like, that's my machete. That's the same one I own. What do you mean it's the worst one you ever bought? So I went and watched his review, and I watched some other people's review, and I'm going to go ahead and cut to some of their footage to show you what went wrong with their machetes.
This knife, okay, you can see here there was no reason for that hole except that this is a piece of plastic right there, and I think just for putting it together, that piece of plastic goes in there. It leaves, you know, almost no metal on the outside there to keep the knife together. But even then, okay, if you look very carefully, can you see that cut there? Can you see the little break? That's a problem. That's already starting to crack down here at this lower.
Wax in. Catastrophic failure. Blade snapped. I believe they have like...
Yeah, that doesn't look so good, does it? So mine, fortunately, must have been a different model after that, because you might have saw their little plastic thing right here. Mine was moved down here, and they didn't drill a hole through my steel. So my tang was actually intact with only the one hole at the base, no hole up here. But they didn't make it any thicker. So I didn't know that, though, because the entire thing was sealed together. That's why you should really have the tang running through the whole blade. Or really, they should have changed the whole model out, because mine's a different model than theirs. But either way, I saw it and thought, this thing's either going to break on me when I need it, or I'm going to forget, or what. It's just time to get crafty, because I don't want to keep a blade that I know is bad. I stuck it at my vise, gave it one good whack with a wooden mallet, and this handle went flying. This was inside of it. I had to find it on the floor. So after one whack, it was completely devastated. And I looked at the broken piece of machete and thought, okay, now that the malfunction has gone through, what can I do with it now? And I thought, okay, round this off, cut off those serrations, which no one uses those serrations. Please stop putting these stupid serrations on machetes. No one uses them. If you're going to have a saw, make a saw. If you're going to have a machete, make a machete. And I pretty much just turned that part into the handle, and now it's just a short little chopping machete. I wrapped some kind of, it's not paracord, it's some kind of loading cord for maybe a truck or something like that. You wrap your table or whatever, throw it in the back of your truck and strap it down with this. It's got some high visibility stuff on it, but I didn't like that, so I wrapped that around as the soft handle because it's super soft, and then I wrapped it with electrical tape as something kind of sticky and grippy. And I gotta say, I'm loving this machete. I am loving it, loving it, loving it. So, and also I have a better steel than some of those people on the video clips have, clearly, because my steel is actually holding the edge very well. It's really tough. It's hard. So let's go over to that part of the dungeon, and let's go ahead and show you me chopping a piece of wood with it. Hello. So we're over here at this kind of middle ground of the dungeon down here, and I got the machete. It looks nice, and I have this log that I got from a relative's property that she gave me, and I was practicing on it with some other tools to see how they worked and stuff, and this thing's just splintering all to pieces. So let's give it a few whacks. And I wanted to point out that I was re-watching for editing purposes on this. I was re-watching the other people's reviews. I got a better steel than they got. So they've changed this blade around a little bit since those reviews. I got a better steel than they got because mine sharpens and can actually hold an edge, whereas they said theirs were sharpening kind of like a graham cracker. A few of them pointed out how it was splintering off and stuff. So mine's a better steel. So let's give this thing a few whacks and see how it does. Alrighty then. I think I actually fixed the weight problem this thing had, because this and just the overall design was kind of throwing off the weight. I think a shorter blade actually fixed it. I know I'm not going to split this log in half with this little machete, but it's fun to whack it. Oh, it's stuck. Oh. Well, gotta be safe, so get my trusty mallet that I made. Come on, get off. I'm going to have to whack the machete, which I really don't like doing. Alrighty then, let's see if we can get something to come off of here. Nope. No, we cannot. This thing's just too thick for this little machete, especially now that it's even smaller. I really don't want to do a glancing blow and hit my leg. And I'm really not whacking all that hard, it's just gliding through, so I definitely got a better steel. And since I wrapped the handle in that cord, I don't know what it is, some kind of tie-down cord for trucks or something, it's actually soft and squishy, and I'm not afraid to whack it with my wooden mallet. But I guess that's about all the whacking I'm going to do, even though it is fun to do it. I kind of want to get through this thing, if I can. I'm not going to get through it. No way. Oh well. It was still fun to whack. But yeah. Still fine, no breaks. So I definitely got a better steel. Some other people were talking about it mushrooming right here, or bending or whatever. If I can find one of their videos, I'll show a clip of that now.
Right about here in the blade.
Yeah, you can see where theirs got hurt. So mine's a better steel, and I still got it on sale, so I'm really happy about that. It's so weird what I find fun. I know this looks like some hard labor to people, but I'm having fun with it. Oh, that's stuck. And back in comes the mallet. So, I guess that's enough whacking for now. Let's head back over and I'll finish up this real quick video and final thoughts on my little modification to this otherwise bad purchase. And let's head back over. Hello! So, back over here after the pointless whacking demonstration. And it's weird, I'm loving this. It's fun. I can't whack it over here because there's stuff I don't want to hit. But I did bring the log just to show you, if you can see it, some of the markings that it was making on this. This is just a hunk of wood, so the fact that it was able to make any markings at all is pretty impressive, though it is a soft wood, a little rotten. But I don't know, if you see this brand of knife at your hardware store in this exact machete format, you might be getting the older one that is obviously going to need to be immediately remodeled, or you might be getting mine, which would still need remodeled, but it doesn't have some of the structural defects that you saw before, because theirs had a peg right here, and mine has a peg here instead, and mine's made of a better steel. But honestly, if you can pull the price down as far as you can and get them on a clearance or something, I'd say buy it and modify it yourself, because knowing how to fix a tool or make your own knife, that's an important skill. And it's only one of those skills that becomes important when you need it absolutely, and then when you need it absolutely, you're going to wish you had it. So, I don't know. This is a lot of fun. Anyway, just a quick video. For now, I guess this is going to be Timber the Wood Pony saying bye-bye. I'm so glad that didn't fall off the table.